hi.
Hi, how are you
Hello.
doing? Yes, Krishna.
Yeah, what's your name? I didn't check your profile.
My name is David.
Oh, hello, David. How you doing today?
I am well, thank you. And you, Chris?
I'm pretty good. I'm so far so good.
Good.
Well, thank you for asking. But yeah, like time is too short on this app. Well, I've got so many questions. Hmm.
Go ahead.
So yeah, my name is Krishna. I'm from the eastern part of India,
Mhm.
and yeah, I'm a little bit confused with these two modal verbs, will and would, because I've heard so many native English speakers, and I know there are lots of differences in American and British English. But I have
Yes.
seen and I have heard that Americans most of the time they use would instead of this modal verb will. So if they want to say something like this, oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go there. And if a British would say this, so he would say like this, I will go there. I will help you. I will not help you. So could you tell me, and I'm focusing on American English because I want to learn American English because it is understandable by most of the
Right.
people in the
Well, um, let's go to the dictionary first, and then let's
world.
talk about it a little bit. So, the main difference between will and would is that will is used to indicate the simple future tense, whereas would is the past form of will. Will is a modal verb that is used to talk about the future. So, I will have another lesson with you, I'm sure. Uh, I would like to have a lesson with you, or I would have gone to the store if my car was working.
Yeah, I
So,
understand that conditional sentence.
okay. So, the question you have is um, Brits use I will and we use or I would. So,
Yeah.
how I use I will, for me, it's more like more of a positive emphasized I'm going to do something. I will go to the store in 15 minutes. Um, it means I'm going to go to the store in 15 minutes. I will. I would go to the store if my car worked. You kind of need more of a phrase in order for the sentence to work. I would go to the store. In American English, it leaves you hanging. I would go to the store, but or if, right? So or and in the past tense, I would have I would have done things differently. So for me, it's not that hard. It's I will is
But
I will study tonight. It's a
yeah,
future for sure thing.
yeah, I understand. I know I have worked on this, on these two modal verbs, and I've understood pretty well. But of course, there are some. Sometimes I often get confused, and I don't even know which one should I use. And the native English speakers on this app understand me perfectly well. What am I trying to say? So, what do I understand in my own native language? So if I use this modal verb will, then I'm trying to make that confirm. Okay, I will help you. I will help you no matter what happens. I will help you. Okay,
Right.
even if somebody is gonna stop me not to help that guy, but I will help you no matter what happens. But if I say I would help you, in that case, uh, yeah, I will help you, but I'm not pretty sure about that. Am I
Sure.
am I correct? Am I correct?
You're correct. So the other way to look at it is I will help you if or when is like I saying I would help you, but right? So the way you're talking about it is you need more to the sentence. I will help you. Makes sense, right? It's a full sentence. I will help you. Well,
You're
thanks. You'll
making a
help.
promise. You're making a promise.
Right. I would help you. It's not finished.
Yeah,
Because in
it's not
your
finished.
mind, you're like, well, you would, but are you? Because it doesn't make a full sentence. I would help you if I have time, right? So
Yeah.
I would help you, just to use your example, doesn't work. I will help you does in its own sentence. It's hard to
Oh,
explain. It's a great
so
question.
yeah, but I've heard most of the Americans, they always use would, this modal verb, instead of using this another modal verb, will. But
I
the
can see that.
idea of using this modal verb will is to make the other person confirm that I will help you, I will protect you, I will defend you, I will come home at 7 p.m.,
Yeah,
right?
like I said,
But if
very
I say,
positive thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very positive. The other person would trust. The other person would count on you. Oh, yes, he told me that he would come, right? But in
Right.
that case, when you use this word, I mean this modal verb would, like this modal verb will. So what do we understand? What do I understand in my own native language? Well, it's really hard when translating English in your own native language and thinking about these two modal verbs like exactly same. So I'm very confused and I'm trying to make you understand. And now you would correct me, okay? So if I say, hey David, I would call you tomorrow. And if I say another sentence, I'm using another sentence. Hey David, I will call you tomorrow. So let me make you understand. The one which I said, I would call you tomorrow, it's like, I'm not sure. You don't even know whether I would call you or not, right? Am I
Wrong.
correct?
No. So you wouldn't say, I would call you tomorrow. It's not a complete thought. Um, I would call you tomorrow, but I have to do something. It's almost a negative. I would call you tomorrow. The only way it really works for me, speaking, and listen, I am not the grammar king at all. I hate grammar. But
I focus on understanding. I never
does
focus on grammar too much.
okay, good. So understand this. I would call you tomorrow is not a complete thought. If I say to you, Chris, I would call you tomorrow, what are you going to think?
In this case, I'm not pretty sure. We're not pretty sure that whether you're gonna call me or not.
No, it's unfinished business. I would call you tomorrow. What's the first thing you're going to ask me? Why won't
Uh,
you? Right? I would
oh,
call you tomorrow. Why won't you call me tomorrow? I would call you tomorrow, but I have a very busy day. I I would have gone to the store, past tense. See, with I would call you tomorrow doesn't make sense in native English. There's not enough information in there. I will call you tomorrow because it's precise and exact and it's getting to the point. It's a promise. It's
yeah.
enough. Chris, I will call you tomorrow. Okay, thanks. Chris, I would call
But
you tomorrow. You
but
would.
I have
Why won't you? Right? It doesn't
but
mean
I
it to go ahead.
well um well I know I've figured it out that some Black Americans they always use this modal verb would instead of using will, even in the first, even in the second, sorry, even in the first conditional sentence. Like if they had to say something like, um, I will call you if you go there. So instead of saying this, they would say, I would call you if you go there. I've heard them. I've heard so many
Okay.
native English speakers on
Okay.
Breaking Bad TV series.
But that doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
If black, white, green, or brown said, I would call you tomorrow if I'd say you would. Don't you mean I will? So to me, it's incorrect. And that's not to say that many people are incorrect. I speak
Okay.
incorrect native English sometimes, but
So
your question is when and when not to use I would. I would use I would when you have more to say. I would go to the store if I had a car. I would have helped you yesterday, but I didn't have a car. Okay. More information. I would requires more information. I will requires less. I will call you. I will go to the store. I will help you. But you never use I will for the past. It's never used for the past.
No, I
I,
understand. I understand.
okay. So, you're to answer your question in my words, I would requires more than just a simple predicate. It requires almost, a conjunction. I I would go to the store if I had a car, right? You need to give it requires more information to make the sentence complete. It's the way I look at it, right, wrong, or indifferent. Does that help? No.
Yeah, it is helpful. It is helpful. But no matter what happens, no matter what I speak, if you can understand me, that's good. That's the purpose of a language. But sometimes what happens that is the miscommunication. What am I trying to say? If you can't understand, then I must work on my grammar and on this language. Because
Yeah,
yeah, sometimes what happens that I've noticed so many native English speakers and most of the Americans, they always use this modal verb would instead of will in so many cases.
not in my world, not where I come from. Never, nobody would ever say I would go to the store. Nobody that I know would say that, and I've been around. They say I will go to the store, or I'm going to the store. So I'm going to the store. You need anything? Nobody says I will go to the store. Do you need something? No, that's not native speaking. Hey, I'm going to the store. You need something? That's native speaking, right? So don't strain gnats and swallow camels when it comes to this grammar issue. Don't let it drive you
Yeah,
crazy. If we're
yeah,
talking and having a conversation and I say, hey, can you go to the store? And you say, yeah, I would go to the store. I know you mean I will go. Yeah, sure. I'll go to the store. I will go to the store. I understand what you mean. I'm going to understand you based on the context of the surrounding conversation. If I'm an English teacher and you're my friend and I'm trying to teach you some stuff, I might say, hey, dude, it's not I would, it's I will. I'll go to the store. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jay. Yeah,
yeah,
but who cares? Right? I mean, at the end of the day,
yeah. Who
your
cares? Yeah,
English
that's
is
true.
your English is
But
really, really good. I mean, for your Indian accent is barely noticeable. You've got a great command of the English language. Instead of drilling down into these little things, go grab an article from the Guardian and have a heavy discussion about, you know, um,
but you know what, David?
abortion.
Sometimes what happens that I often get confused over little things because there are so many exceptional rules in grammar. Because you know what?
Right.
Because in some cases, I don't need to focus on that. I don't need to focus on that. Why would I focus? But I think that I often get confused. Will a native English speaker, I mean, will a Brit understand me if I speak with American slangs, with American grammatical rules? And I
Yeah.
often
And
get confused. I'm focusing
and
on American English.
yeah. And who cares if he doesn't? Right?
Yeah,
Just explain yourself again, right? And the best way to learn is to immerse yourself in go to Britain. And if they're saying I would love to help you, then say the same thing. That's how you're going to learn. But um, trust me right now, it doesn't matter if you're in UK or you're in America, everybody's going to understand you. Your English is advanced. So like I said, start to have more complicated, more deep conversations, and this stuff will come up and then you can talk about it. But at least you're talking about abortion, Roe versus Wade in the United States, famine in India, what's going on with the Russia and Ukraine. The guy who just got attempted murder on his life, that wrote the Satan Chronicles, and Tehran wanted to kill him for 30 years, stuff like that. Get down deep and into the weeds with your English. You're ready, right? You're really
yeah,
good.
yeah. Working,
Okay.
working.
And we're out
But
of
thank you
time.
very much.
I hope I
Yeah.
helped.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
Yep. See you, man.